Hey YouTube, this is TCA Gaming. Burning Shadows releases on August 4th. If you have a pre-release at your retail store, then you can still release 4 days early. I want to show you some of the products, and then we'll open up a few packs here at the very end. So first off, we're going to go with the promos from the Check Lane and the 3-pack blisters. We've got the Alolan Meowth, which is SM43. We got Cosmog, SM42. Jang Mo-O, SM40. And then you've got Komala, the SM41, which none of those are good like the previous set. I think Komala, I mean, he's okay, but none of them really all that great. We have the mini album right here. Features the Alolan Ninetales, and you've got the Lycanroc. And I'm not even sure what that is right there on the front. From the Check Lane and 3-pack blisters, you had all the same coin. It's just a blue Lucario coin. Next up, we have the theme decks. First one I'm going to show you is the Lycanroc. So here's the coin. That's a unique coin. And you've got the shattered hollow right there. I haven't checked out the deck myself, so all of this will be new. Back 4 cards are energies. We'll start with the front half. You got a Salk common, Wishful Baton, Meowstic rare. Got Acerola, which if you don't know what that does, put one of your Pokemon that has any damage counters on it and all cards attached to it to your hand. That can be very useful in a deck. Groudon or Rhydon, Bouffalant. Got a Kukui. Some other trainers that we've already seen in previous sets. Let's see what else we got here. There's another there's a Lucario. Another Lycanroc right there. A non-hollow version. Solrock. Meowstic. Another Rhydon. Oh cool, we get an escape rope in this deck. Glad that one's staying in. Rhyperior. And currently we do not know which one of those is the variants. I mean, I'm sure there's some out there who have all the holographics posted, but usually there's 1 to 2 non-holographic variants that come in the theme deck that you can only get through there. Next up we have the Alolan Ninetales theme deck. I think this is going to be a decently priced theme deck promo, especially with its Luminous Barrier. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX. So that's pretty sweet. Looks like we start out this one for 4 energies as well. Let me pull these up. We have a Simipour. There's that escape rope again, a new Horsey, Bouffalant. Got another Alolan Vulpix. Not quite as the one with Beacon. There's a non-hollow Alolan Ninetales. There's a Heatmore. Alolan Sandslash. Got a Kingdra. That Brine attack is pretty good. For 1 energy, this attack does 90 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. Or you got Tornado Shot for 1 energy, discard a water energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon in addition to the 90 it does. I imagine we're going to see a few people trying to run that one. There's Lana. Heal 50 damage from each of your Pokemon that has any water energy attached to it. That'd be good combat to the Tapu Koko. We got a new Bruxish. This attack does 20 damage to each one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that shares a type with that of your opponent's active Pokemon, so that's pretty cool. So those are the 2 theme decks. Overall, they're not too bad for theme decks. I prefer the water one. Next up, we're going to open up some of the packs that come out of the 3-pack blisters, the Check Lane blister, and then the mini album you see right there. There's a code. We'll do this first one individually, and then we'll run through maybe 3 packs all at once. So most of these are all new artworks. The very first pack, we get us a Noivern GX Hyper Rare. That's a pretty good pull. I got my shop who works here. He said this is going to be one of the sleeper cards from this set, and it definitely has some pretty good attacks if you look at them. Sonic Volume. Your opponent can't play any special energy cards from his or her hand during their next turn. Distort. Your opponent can't play any item cards from their hand during their next turn. And then the Boom Burst GX. This attack does 50 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. It's got a Super Scoop Up. Kind of glad that one's back. And then Guzma, he's going to be ran pretty heavily. Alright, so now I'm going to take 3 packs and we're going to do all that at once. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Burst Hollow Esper, and then we have a rare Azumarill. Thick Fat. This Pokemon takes 30 damage from the attacks, 30 less damage from the attacks of your opponent's fire and water Pokemon. Then you still get an energy in there. There's a new Charmeleon. I saw there was a lot of people buying up the Generations Charmeleon. There's a Reverse Hollow Lycanroc. A rare Meowstic. Tormenting Spray. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card. If it is a supporter card, discard it. There's a cool new artwork for Pikachu. Then we have a Reverse Hollow Kiawe, which is going to be a fun card to run. It's going to be interesting. Going to open up a lot of different options. And then we have a holographic Darkrai, which isn't too bad itself either. Sophocles. Discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, draw 4 cards. Alright, we're going to move on to the next 3 packs. See what we got here. First up, we have a Reverse Hollow Toxicroak, and then we have another rare Azumarill, whatever you want to call it. Next up, we have a Rotom Dex, Reverse Holographic, and then we have a Full Art Salazzle GX. So for 2 fire energy, it does 50 times the amount of damage for each prize card you have already taken. So that could be a good hitter, after you get in your first couple attacks. Heat Blast for 110, and then Queen's Haze GX. Discard all energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's pretty cool. There's a wiki. Each player counts the number of cards in their hand, shuffles those cards into their deck, and then draws that many cards. Good way to just exchange out your hand. There's another Reverse Hollow Lycanroc. Then we have another rare Meowstic. There's Acerola again. So we have 2 more packs to go. After this video, I will be working on a complete master set, and we'll have that video up to you hopefully tomorrow, just depending on what our pulls are. So first pack, we have a Mudbray and a Full Art Plumeria. Discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do, discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. There's a new Stadium Mount Lanakila. The retreat cost of each basic Pokemon in play is 1 more. And then for our last pack, we have a new Reverse Hollow Wimpod. During your first turn, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. So that'd be cool to have over the other Wimpod if you're running the Golisopod. And then the rare is Passing Me On. And then that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and stick around for more. And if you want to pre-order anything, just know that we cannot release until 4 days before the retail release at August 4th. So that'll be not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday. Thanks.